The 144,000 sealed. Boy, isn't it interesting? When I first started talking to Jehovah's Witnesses as a brand new believer, I was shocked to see that they believed that there were 144,000 of these special ones that were chosen out mostly in the first century, and a few here and there that the New Testament promise especially applied to. And where'd you get that from? And then there's some who say that there'll be a rapture, Jesus will take us out, and then during the tribulation period, there'll be 144,000 Jews who get saved. And then some say, no, the 144,000, that's just a representation of the church as a whole. And then there are others who say the 144,000 in the book of Revelation, Revelation 7, then again a few chapters later, that this represents the fullness of Jewish people coming to faith. Well, let's just take a look. Revelation chapter 7. And here's what John sees in his vision. I heard the number of the sealed. This is 12,000 from each of the 12 tribes of Israel. 144,000 sealed from every tribe of the sons of Israel. They're presented as virgins. And interestingly, the tribe of Dan is not mentioned. Why? Scholars have different theories on that, and I can't give you a definitive answer. But here's who I believe the 144,000 are. Let me say this plainly. This is what I understand. I'm not dogmatic on it. The book of Revelation has multiple layers of meaning. It has great meaning for the first century believers to whom it was first addressed. It has relevance for believers in every generation. It has relevance for those who live in the last generation. So this is just my understanding. Revelation 7, which has a picture of the 144,000 sealed, so 12 times 12, 12 from each of the 12 tribes, 12,000 from each of the 12 tribes, and then a multitude that no one could number. The Gentiles from every nation, kindred, tongue. No, I don't believe the 144,000 represent the fullness of the Gentiles. What I understand is that it represents the fullness of Israel, that it is ultimately an end-time vision. And as there is a mass harvest of souls from around the world, Gentiles, the people of the nations, the Goyim, the people of the nations, from every tribe and tongue and language, loved by God, for whom Jesus died, to be equally part of his family as his own Jewish people that would come to faith. That as you have this multitude that no one could number, you also have the fullness of Israel coming in. I believe it's what Paul talks about in Romans 11, 25 and 26, the fullness of the Gentiles and then all Israel being saved. So the 12 times 12, the 12,000 times 12 is a representation of the fullness of Israel. That's what I understand it to mean. It's speaking of a national turning of the Jewish people at the end of the age, symbolically as 12,000 times 12, along with the salvation of multitudes in the Gentile world. That's my understanding.